Everyone. This is Tim McDonald coming to you with talent culture and the home of TChat Radio and TChat on Twitter. And today I have a very special guest, Meghan Peters from Mashable. How are you doing today, Meghan?
I'm great. Thanks, Tim.
Well, I really, why don't you tell everybody, I guess, first what you do at Mashable, just so everybody understands who you are, and maybe for those that don't know, what Mashable is.
Sure. So I'm the community manager at Mashable, which means I oversee social media strategy and reader engagement projects. So that's really anything where our readers are communicating with us, whether that's in our comments on the site or on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, what have you. So that's really what me and my team are very focused on. But being that, Mashable is a news website that covers social media technology and anything related to the connected generation, community is really a lot bigger here, where our team pretty much infiltrates like all other teams in the organizations to help us think community first and really putting our readers first in all of our programs that we're doing on the site.
Well, fantastic. Well, and we're very fortunate at Talent Culture to have you as one of our guests on the TChat radio show on Tuesday night, tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And since we are in the holiday season, we're talking about social good and really how organizations are using that. And so, maybe just real quickly to kind of give us an overview, what trends are you really seeing out there in businesses when it comes to social good? Is there anything that's kind of, jumping out at you, in 2012 as we lead into 2013 when it comes to organizations?
Yeah, I mean, I see more and more organizations, especially large ones, that are able to incorporate an element of social good in almost anything they do. And I think that, a lot of big companies have understood corporate responsibility and finding ways to help engage in just philanthropy, the idea of, doing good things and creating a better world. But when you bring technology into the mix, it's really opened a whole new avenue for larger brands to share the message. So one project that I've really liked, I think is fascinating, is GE on their Facebook page. Every day they do a new share called a healthy share, where they post a quote or some sort of statistic about living a healthier life, which isn't necessarily, GE isn't necessarily a fitness brand or anything like that, but they're just, providing that as almost like a service to their consumers and just spreading the message of living a healthier lifestyle. And it's not even associated with a particular charity or other philanthropic brand. It's just something that they are doing to pay it forward. And I think that that's a really interesting thing that a lot of brands are able to do, is really just share values that they believe in and that they share with their own communities through social.
Great. So it's really not only empowering your own employees, but also employing your whole community to do social good. So I guess with that, though, I mean, there's probably some challenges that I think some of these organizations are facing. Yep. And what is maybe one challenge that you kind of see out there that organizations are going to be facing?
Yeah, I mean, I think that one thing that, was probably even an issue before social is that there are just so many organizations doing good out there that it becomes tough to choose just one. And, especially with each organization using social as a tool to get their word out, even the slightest bump in promotion, then if you do it for one, how can you not do it for everybody else when they're doing good things? You want to give them that retweet or that reshare, but you also can't turn your feed into an aggregation of all the charities that are out there on social. So I think that that's a challenge, is to really understand the social good initiatives that fit with your brand and what you want to accomplish and the message that you want to put out there to your community.
Well, that's a great point, and I know that you guys will be talking about this a little bit more Tuesday night on the TChat radio show at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and then we also have a Twitter chat called TChat on Wednesday night from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Time. For those of you that aren't able to listen to the radio show when Meghan's going to be a guest, you can definitely join us for the conversation on Wednesday. Now, Meghan, just in closing, I know, Mashable, what really got my attention and why I was really enthusiastic about having you as a guest is Mashable runs what's called Social Good Summit. And so can you just tell us a little bit about what Social Good Summit is and when it happens?
Yep. Yeah, so Social Good Summit is a yearly conference that we do in partnership with the UN Foundation and 92Y, and it happens every September during UN Week in New York. So we do it at the 92Y on the Upper East Side in New York City, and it's a 3-day conference where we invite tons of different people that are involved with social good from so many different projects and backgrounds. Some of our more notable speakers this past year were America Ferrer and Alexis Bledel, who are working with the UN Foundation to help elevate women. And there was Fabien Cousteau, who works on environmental sustainability, and tons of other people, even like Hillary Clinton and Al Gore were involved. We have the CTO of the United States talking about how, they're using open data initiatives to help charitable organizations be able to access more information that they can use to their advantage in terms of whether that's communicating during disasters or what have you. Yeah, it was fascinating, and it's really one of our greatest conferences of the year. So highly recommend you check it out if you're able to make it to New York during UN Week next September.
Well, fantastic. Well, Meghan, thank you so much for joining us today. I'm really looking forward to having hearing you on TChat Radio tonight on Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m. I'm really going to enjoy it, and thank you again for taking a few minutes out of your day and telling us a little bit about what you're seeing on the landscape of social good in the corporate environment. So we will see you soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Great.
Take care,
Thank
Meghan.
you so much.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one.